Coming to you from Bourne, Massachusetts, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks take back to the diamond this afternoon for a couple of contests at Doran Park with the Bourne Braves. Brendan Howe alongside Lyle Goldstein bringing you all the action here from Doran Park this afternoon. It's a evening/night doubleheader here on the road for Hyannis, looking to pick up win 8 on the season. They come into tonight with a record of 7-26-1. The opposing Bourne Braves 13-20-1 on the season, the 36th contest for either side. Welcome you into the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Lyle, let's talk for a minute before things get underway as Bourne has taken the field here at home. It's been a couple of days since Hyannis has taken the field, a couple of rainouts and a lot of wacky weather sweeping the Cape Cod area. But finally, Harbor Hawk baseball is back.
A Cape Cod tornado basically washed away almost every game 2 days ago, with the exception of, so I guess 2. Whitey and Wareham played, but that was out in Hartford at the home of the Yard Goats AA team. And then Cotuit actually got their game in at home at Lowell Park. However, the other 3 games wiped away. 4 of the 5 games played yesterday. Hyannis the only one not to, as Doran Park was still ruled unplayable in terms of its condition. So as a result, here we are today with a doubleheader, 2 7-inning slates between the Harbor Hawks and the Braves as they'll see each other for the final times this season.
Well, we'll get into the weather as well as the schedule a bit later on throughout the broadcast, but Jordan Westberg has made his way up to the right-handed batter's box to start off action against starter Harrison Rutkowski, a Rutgers product, on the mound today for the Bourne Braves here in Game 1. So as Westberg climbs in to start off the ball game, riding a 7-game hitting streak. First pitch from Rutkowski, fastball high and away, but a called strike. Picks up the outside corner. It's 0-1. First pitch at 4:02 p.m. Eastern Time. Beautiful afternoon for baseball here from Doran Park. Rutkowski southpaw fires. Westberg swings and pops it up into the netting. Got 0-2. Westberg, a .365 hitter entering action tonight. 3 home runs and 11 RBIs. Set himself one heck of a summer with Hyannis. Trying to jumpstart the offense here early on at Doran Park. 0-2 from Rutkowski. Fastball up high. Couldn't get Westberg to go after it. A ball and 2 strikes the count. And for Rutkowski, his 7th appearance in a Bourne Braves uniform, was featured in the All-Star game last Sunday at Eldridge Park. 1-2 to Westberg. Popped up right side, foul ground. That one will drift back and out of play and be a souvenir. And for Rutkowski, 2 wins and 2 losses record-wise this season. A 2.17 ERA, and he's been absolutely spectacular in a Brave uniform on Cape Cod this summer. Westberg hanging tough with 2 strikes, the 1-2 offering. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 3. Westberg went out of the zone at a high heater. Comes up empty. First strikeout of the ball game for Rutkowski. That'll be Ian Fair.
From Northeastern, Ian Fair.
Following Ian Fair through the rest of the lineup for Hyannis, that Chad Gassman puts out, it looks like this. Hunter Goodman and Trevor Hover making up the 3 and 4 spots. Brooks Carlson, Chad McDaniel, and Lucas Dunn. And then Jackson Olsen and Bryce Teodosio, the final 2 rounding out the 9. Fair goes after the first pitch and sends it to the right side out of play, up and over Hunter Goodman. Over the netting here at Doran Park. A beautiful day for baseball. Sun is out and shining. Bit of a sparse crowd on hand. Count 0-1 to Fair. Rutkowski working quickly. Pumps in a fastball that misses down and in. A ball and a strike to Ian Fair, who's a .404 hitter. Really had a breakout second stint with Hyannis this summer. 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Fair works himself ahead. So for Rutkowski in last Sunday's All-Star game, worked a perfect inning. No runs, no hits, no walks. Didn't strike out anybody. Fair sends the 2-1 pitch down the right field line, drifting out of play. Kyler Fetko gave it a look toward the chalk, but watched it sail. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ian Fair. Hunter Goodman awaiting on deck. Rutkowski shakes off a couple signs. The 2-2 offering upstairs, and the count runs full. But Lyle, we touched upon the tornado that swept over Cape Cod. May or may not have touched down, wiping out a couple of games at the hands of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks as Fair goes after the 3-2 and bloops one into right field. That's going to get past Fetko and roll to the wall. Fair around first. He's digging for 2. And he's not stopping there. The helmet comes off. He's rounded third, turning on the Jets. The throw from Morissette is going to be late, and Fair dives in safely with a 1-out triple. Ian Fair, how about it? Going off the wheel, legging it around the base paths and diving headfirst into third as he gives a high five to Chad Gassman. Hyannis in business here in the first inning, and that sets the table for the RBI leader, Hunter Goodman.
Well, Fair's done a nice job all summer staying the other way, and he's got some power to that right center gap. We've seen it a couple times, and right there, squares one up pretty well. Fedco misplayed it a little bit trying to come in. As a result, it gets by him, gets to the fence. Fair makes his way around all the way to third.
So a runner in scoring position right away for Hyannis out of the gates here at Dorn Park. Hunter Goodman steps in. 31 RBIs, leads the Cape League in that category. Off speed, misses upstairs and away. Count 1-0. But Ian Fair, my goodness, the 404 average. No home runs and 5 RBIs, but he's just finding ways to keep getting on base. And 90 feet from giving Hyannis an early lead. 1-0. Goodman swings and misses, evens up the count, a ball and a strike. And a busy schedule coming up for Hyannis through the next coming days. A doubleheader here at Dorn Park today. They'll be at home taking on the Brewster Whitecaps tomorrow. They'll be in Wareham at Spillane Field on Saturday evening. And another doubleheader to close out the weekend with the same Wareham gateman, although that time it'll take place at McKeon Park. 1-1 to Goodman, off speed, swing and a miss. Count 1-2 as Goodman takes a step out and kicks some dirt. Hunter was featured in the Home Run Derby as part of the All-Star festivities this past weekend. Really put on a clinic there. 1-2 from Rutkowski. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Goodman smacks the bat to his right cleat as he heads back to the dugout. Second strikeout for Rutkowski in the inning. 2 down now for Trevor Hoffer from the left side.
At bat, number 10 from Arizona State, Trevor Hoffer.
And that's the baggage that comes with Goodman. He's been very, very productive at the plate, but is known to strike out quite a bit. Now Hoffer steps in with Ian Fair still down at third base, 90 feet away from giving Hyannis a lead with 2 down in the first. Lefty-lefty matchup. Rutkowski fires a fastball good for a strike. And Rutkowski's last outing that came at YD on July the 16th. He went 5 innings in that contest, 2 runs on 6 hits. Walked 1 and struck out 2. 0-1 to Trevor. Fastball belt high, called strike 2. Rutkowski looking to limit damage. Ian Fair had the triple with 1 out in the frame. He currently gets the short lead off at third as Rutkowski comes set. 0-2 to Hoffer. Fastball upstairs. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes as Hoffer able to lay off out of the zone. Rutkowski's gone to that high fastball a couple times in the inning. Hoffer, a .235 hitter as he waves the bat toward Rutkowski. Brown glove tucked under his shoulder. Now he'll take a step off, not being able to get on the same page with his backstop. Brendan Rivoli behind the plate, completing the batter with Rutkowski today. The 1-2. Working ball up high, off the glove of Rivoli. Fair's going to trot home and cross the plate, no problem. 1-0 Hyannis off the wild pitch. So just like that, Trevor Hoffer not even having to lift the bat off his shoulder. And Hyannis snatches the lead here on the road at Dorn Park.
Well, certainly good to see him get a run early. Ian Fair, that 1-out triple, and then just kind of capitalizes on a wild pitch.
The 2-2. Hoffer swings, sends it on a line into left field, and it's going to drop in front of McKenzie, a base hit. Trevor Hoffer hits the bag at first and puts on the brakes there. A 2-out single, and that gives the inning to Brooks Carlson.
Well, we talked about Fair staying the other way and doing a nice job with some opposite field hitting. Trevor Hoffer more of the same right there. Gets one up in the zone at the letter high level. Bit away, and he stays with it, just shooting it out to left field.
Now the Sanford product, Brooks Carlson stepping in from the right side, tapping the plate with the bat and adjusts the helmet as he looks out at the left-hander Rutkowski. First pitch. Carlson goes after it, sends it in the air down the right field line. Ranging over toward the foul ground is Fedco, and he makes the catch over the bill of the cap just in front of the foul pole, and that ends the inning. But Hyannis strikes for 1. Ian Fair with a triple with 1 out in the inning. He comes across to score on the wild pitch. It'll be Connor Ash taking the hill at Dorn Park when we return on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Back here at Doran Park for action in the bottom of the first inning. Connor Ash to the hill, the Missouri product on the hill for Chad Gassman and his Harbor Hawks, and he currently has a 1-0 advantage as Cody Morissette makes his way up to the plate. Start things off offensively for the Bourne Braves here at home at Doran Park. Connor Ash towing the slab, an 0-2 record, a 6.04 ERA on the 2019 summer. His 9th appearance all told, his 4th start on the hill. Morissette digs in from the left side, a 253 hitter. As Ash winds and fires, first pitch to him, a fastball low, 1-0. The rest of the lineup following Morissette looks like this. Xavier Warren batting second, playing third. He waits on deck. Judd Fabian out at center. Jimmy Galecki at shortstop doing the cleanup duties. Ash ready for a 1-0. Kicks and fires. Morissette swings, sends one in the air towards center field. Teodosio coming on strong. He dives. Did he make the catch? No, it's out of the glove. Rounding first, headed for second. Morissette. The throw is going to come in late. Slap tag applied by Dunn, not in time. And Cody Morissette into second base. And Bourne is in business here in the first inning. Cody Morissette, a shot off the bat to left center. Bryce Teodosio got a good jump off of it, but just not enough closing speed to trap the glove under it. I'll bring up Xavier Warren.
Yeah, and they're doing a nice job staying the other way with it. That was almost another unbelievable Teodosio highlight reel type play, but that one even a little bit out of his reach.
Well, we've seen Bryce make some absolutely incredible snags in the outfield this season. Xavier Warren steps in, 263 hitter from the left side as Ash looks back Morissette at second. Now comes home with a breaking ball that misses high at the letters. But Bryce's defense, widely regarded by many as perhaps the best defensive center fielder in the country. Clemson Tiger will be returning back to school and looking for a breakout season offensively. We know the defense is there. He's already secured that. 1-0. Breaking ball inside by the shoot tops of Warren. 2 balls, no strikes, the count.
Well, and you talk about those defensive plays that he's made this season. One of them came right here. Maybe you could argue the best one he's had all season with that unbelievable diving grab in the gap, although that one was in the right center gap that he made the play on the last time these two teams went at it.
Teodosio with a diving grab in the alley. He took one away from Kyler Fetko a couple of weeks ago. Runner at second for Bourne here in the first inning. 2-0 the count to the hitter Xavier Warren. 3 home runs and 18 RBIs to go with a 263 clip. Ash out of the stretch, sets and fires. 2-0 fastball, misses high and away. 3 balls and no strikes. Ash on the season. In his 8 appearances, has worked 22 in a third inning. Struck out 36, walked 14, and surrendered 24 hits. Although you can uptake that 1 to 25 with a double to lead off the Bourne half of the inning by Morissette, who stands at second. 3-0. Get me over. Fastball good for a strike to run the count 3-1. Ash only went an inning and a third in his last appearance on July the 20th at the Katua Kettleers. Gave up 2 hits in that contest. Said the bell gets his sign from his college teammate McDaniel. 3-1. Swung on, popped up into shallow center. Teodosio coming on, ranging back Westberg, and it'll be Westberg to make the grab for the first out of the inning. Westberg, a nice back pedal to take one off the lip of the outfield grass. Bryce Teodosio came charging in like he might have had a play on that one, and I think every ball that's hit in the direction of Teodosio, he thinks he has a play on it.
Yeah, he's not afraid to go all out. There's no question about that. I mean, we saw it with that Cody Morissette double. He could have easily just kind of eased off the throttle a bit and played it on a hop, but no, he wanted to go for it. He wanted to try to make the diving grab and get the out.
Now it'll be Judd Fabian as Ash winds and fires. Off speed, just misses down and away. 1-0 the count. So for Fabian, another hitter in this Bourne lineup over 300. Jared Poland the other. Ash ball dangling in his right hand, looking down toward McDaniel. Gets a sign with the runner at second. Ash ready, gives a double take to the second, the 1-0 offering. Breaking ball good for a strike, belt high. A ball and a strike the count. And for Ash this season, has sort of alternated bullpen appearances with starts. He's mixed in a few here and there. His longest appearance of the season, 5 2/3 innings, where he took the loss at home at McKeon Park July the 15th against the Falmouth Commodores. Fabian goes after that one, pops it up right side. That'll get out of play. Back over the Hyannis dugout, Ian Fair gave it a look for a moment. Both of Ash's losses have come in the month of July. one at Eldridge Park against the Orleans Firebirds. It's part of a 7-5 defeat. And the other one I just mentioned against the Falmouth Commodores. 1-2, offering up high. At the collarbone level of Fabian, leaning back out of the box, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. But for Hyannis, Lyle, we've talked about it for the majority of the season. It's been up and down. You're not sure which version of the team you're going to get. If you're going to get good pitching with lackluster offense or an offensive breakout and the opposite on the mound. Ash ready. He'll take a step off before the 2-2 offering.
Yeah, and Ash is a guy who certainly put together some good starts. And against the Bourne team that's been up and down offensively themselves for a lot of the summer, one could expect a good outing from him today.
2-2 offering on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Over the top of it was Judd Fabian. Ash pulled a string on him, racking up his first strikeout of his outing. 2 down in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Jimmy Glowenke.
That's a good off speed there from Ash. Like you said, just really took something off of it. He had Fabian fooled. It's a big out with a runner on base. Sets down Bourne's best hitter.
So Jimmy Glowenke will step in. Cody Morissette, who started this inning off with a double, still standing out there at second base. 180 feet from coming around to tie the ball game against Connor Ash. First pitch, off speed, good for a strike at the knee level, 0-1. And both starters have had a good tempo to them so far. Ash working quickly, and on the flip side, Harrison Rodkowski working very, very fast. Both of these doubleheader contests, 7-inning games. Ash gives a look out to second, now back to the plate. Double takes and comes home with an 0-1. Fastball in the dirt, check swing by Glowenke off the glove of McDaniel to his right. No advance for the runner at second, however. So Glowenke not able to hold the count, 1-1. Ash looking to avoid any trouble at the hands of the Bourne Braves. Got a runner in scoring position, trying to strand him there. 1-1. Breaking ball up high. 2 balls on a strike. McDaniel couldn't give the frame on a breaking ball with not much tail to it. Well, Glowenke, a 284 hitter on the summer. 310 hitter with runners in scoring position. Really cranks up his play in clutch situations. And he's got a runner aboard right now in Cody Morissette. Ash is 2-1. Fastball on the ground, left side. Westberg backhand off his glove into left field. Rounding third, headed for home. Cody Morissette. Hubbard not even going to give a throw. And it's a tie ball game. An RBI single off the bat of Jimmy Glowenke.
He puts a nice piece on it. It's out in front. Rips one through the left side. A good effort from Westberg. He got a good read on it. And enough to get a backhanded glove on it, but just not enough to knock it down, and it skips into left field.
So Westberg with a full extension dive, but just off the webbing of the glove and toward Hopper and left. Cody Morissette able to trot around third and head home. Jimmy Glowenke picks up RBI number 13 of his summer. That'll bring up Jared Poland, another hitter over 300. 1 of 2 in the Bourne lineup. He watched a fastball low and inside. So this Bourne offense hasn't been incredibly potent all season, but they fared pretty well against Hyannis this summer. Ash is 1-0. Fastball outside corner, called strike. So Ash trying to at least escape this first inning in a tie game. Stares down Poland from the right side. The DH tonight in the Bourne lineup here, at least for game 1. Batting above his right shoulder. Runner aboard at first. Ash, a big side, now the 1-1. Fastball runs in again. 2 balls and a strike to count. Hyannis looking to hang on for their 8th win of the summer, trying to pick one up here on the road at Doran Park in one of these 2 contests. 2-1 from Ash. Fastball roved right at Westberg, plays it on a hop, flips to second the short way to Lucas Dunn, in time to retire the side. So 6-4 fielder's choice ends things for the Bourne Braves in the bottom of the first inning. They bring one across to tie the ball game on an RBI single from Jimmy Glowenke. 1-1 here from Doran Park. Hyannis back to the plate in the top of the second when we return on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Chad McDaniel, Lucas Dunn, and Jackson Olson set to come to the plate for Hyannis in the top of the second inning here from Dorn Park against Rutgers starter Harrison Rodkowski. Hyannis was able to bring one around against him in the first frame. The fastball missed down and into the leadoff hitter, Chad McDaniel, count 1-0. Bourne matched that with one of their own in the bottom of the first inning. That's where we stand right now. Teams even across the board, one run on 2 hits. 1-0, fastball high and in. 2 balls and no strikes. McDaniel with a hard take. A .225 hitter is Chad stepping into his first plate appearance. Rodkowski towing the slab from the third base side into his windup, kicks and fires. Daniel swings at a 2-0 offering, pop up right side, foul out of play. Hyannis putting 2 hits on the board early, and Rodkowski's a guy that can be knocked around a little bit. In his school season, opponents hit .287 off of him as McDaniel flies one on the infield right side. First baseman Beloso shading the sun, moves under it and can't make the grab. In and out of the glove as McDaniel steps on the bag at first. He'll stay put right there. Beloso just lost it in the sun, clanked off the heel of the glove and hit the dirt. McDaniel found himself aboard off the E3.
Just trying to fight the sun there a little bit, and Beloso even just laughing it off for a quick second. But yeah, that was just one of those plays where sun gets the best of you. He tried to fight it off the best he could. The second baseman Morissette gave way to him. Just couldn't squeeze it.
Rodkowski into the stretch. Lucas Dunn, the new hitter, takes a fastball called strike at the letters, 0-1. And that'll certainly happen to you in day baseball. This game happening at 4 o'clock as a result of a rainout yesterday. Hyannis was set to make 2 trips in 2 days to Dorn Park, but instead wound up cramming it into a doubleheader as Dunn puts one on the ground towards short, backhanded sliding stop Galenke to second for 1 and flubs it out of the glove as Morissette at second. So no return throw to first because Dunn reaches on the fielder's choice, but a nice sliding stop from Galenke to get 1. So Chad McDaniel erased at the bag at second. Lucas Dunn trades places with him. 1 on and 1 out for Jackson Olson.
At bat, number 9 from the University of Hartford, Jackson Olson.
Olson steps to the plate with a .230 clip entering action today. Batting from the left side, first cuts against Rodkowski this afternoon. Hyannis trying to get the offense cranking again as Olson showed bunt, pulled it back. Working ball down and away. Double play is in effect. Middle infielder shaded a bit toward the second base bag. Lucas Dunn takes a short lead off of first. 1-0 to Jackson on the ground. Chopper towards second. To second for 1 more. Galenke's return throw in time, a double play. 4-6-3. Bourne rolls it up to get out of the inning. Hyannis strands 1 in the frame. Still 1-1 in a tie ball game here from Dorn Park, with the Braves coming back to the dish on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
At number 2 from
Bourne brings their 6, 7, and 8 hitters to the plate in the bottom of the second inning in a tie ball game 1-1. Connor Ash back for more. His second inning of work as a starter today for Hyannis on the hill. He'll face Jake McKenzie, Cade Beloso, and Kyler Fetko in the inning. Ash brings the glove in front of his face, winds and fires. First pitch of the inning. Fastball low and in, 1-0. Ash has worked a bit of a clean frame with a couple of blips on the radar. Fires a 1-0 fastball in high inside. Two balls and no strikes the count to McKenzie. A double by Cody Morris set to start off the offensive afternoon for Bourne. He came around to score on a Jimmy Galenki RBI single back in the first inning. The 2-0 fastball spiked up to McDaniel behind the plate. 3 balls, no strikes. And McKenzie has worked himself well ahead to start the inning. Ash kicking some dirt around the landing spot on the mound. McKenzie looking to draw a leadoff walk here for Bourne. 3-0 pitch from Ash on the way. Fastball up high, and he walked him. The 15th walk of the season surrendered by Ash. First one of his outing here today. Jake McKenzie aboard at first base for Cade Beloso with 1 on, nobody out.
LSU, Cade Beloso.
And Beloso, before he steps in from the left side, at one time was one of the hotter hitters in this Bourne lineup. Has cooled off quite considerably. 229 hitter, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Jake McKenzie has found his way aboard in front of him in the second inning for Bourne. Ash checks on first as McKenzie slide steps to a short lead, held on by Fair. Fastball runs away, count 1-0. Connor Ash was supposed to take the hill yesterday here at Doran Park. Again, talking about the schedule, it's a tight one to wrap up the summer here on Cape Cod. Beloso bat above his shoulder, looks at a 1-0 heater in there for a strike to even the count. I mentioned the abundance of doubleheaders, 3 in the next 5 days. That is a lot of baseball to wrap up the 2019 summer. Hyannis still not mathematically eliminated from a playoff spot, although they are staring up at their opponents here, the Bourne Braves. Spinning a check back to first. In safely, Jake McKenzie sneaking the hand back to the bag. Beloso back into the box. Bit of a straight up stance, knees slightly bent. Ash nods to McDaniel, a 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball upstairs. Two balls and a strike to count to Beloso, and the weather has played a large part in this schedule condensement and the summer here on Cape Cod. The tornado sweeping over the area. It's been another fire back to first, in safely head first McKenzie.
Yeah, and just so much rain that's gone throughout the entire summer. I mean, there was a ton early. Then we got about a 2-week period where it calmed down, and it's picked back up again as of late as Ash throws over.
And it's been just nonstop, it seems like, throughout the summer. I mean, day in and day out, you never know if you're going to get a sweep of rain over the ballpark, as we've had some days where it's been unexpected and just comes out of nowhere. Ash with a count of 2-1 to Beloso. A long pause, now kicks and fires. Pop up left side. Olsen gives it a look toward foul ground, but he'll watch it sail and be a souvenir. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Beloso. 1 on, nobody away in the Bourne half of the second inning. Not a cloud in the sky here from Doran Park. A slight wind blowing in from center field. As Ash is ready with a 2-2. He's got his glove set at the belt. Kicks and fires. Starting to stop at first as Beloso fouls one back over the press box out of play. And not only is the schedule tight down the stretch, but there are a lot of tough games in that schedule as well. Hyannis will play 3 with Wareham over the weekend. 1 9-inning contest on Saturday at Spillane, and 2 at McKeon Park. Those will be both 7-inning contests on Sunday. Pair with the Falmouth Commodores on Monday. Ash's next 2-2. Breaking ball, cut and a miss, strike 3. Fans Beloso, his second strikeout of the night. First down here in the second inning, and now Kyler Fetko will get his shot.
At bat, number 3 from the University of Connecticut.
And Ash has really had his stuff working well for the most part today. Obviously, he's got the ability to miss bats pretty well. Right there, Beloso just couldn't time up an off-speed offering.
So Vetko steps in for the first time, getting his first licks against Connor Ash, a 145 hitter. Trying to turn the tide for himself as the summer heads toward a conclusion. A very, very minuscule lead at first for Jake McKenzie. Now he gets a few more steps. Fair holding him on. First pitch to Vetko in the dirt, 1-0. And now let's talk about that doubleheader coming up on Monday for just a second against the first place Commodores. It's one that I'm sure you nor myself have ever experienced. The first game will take place at McKeon Park. That one a 12 o'clock start. Following that, the second game of the day will be on the road at Gov Fuller Field in Falmouth at 6 o'clock. Ash spins and fires back to first. In safely, the runner McKenzie again.
It's some type of scheduling. I mean, it's a home and home all in one day. And, 12 o'clock on a Monday, certainly not ideal start time for pretty much anybody, but they're going to have to make do.
1-0 pitch from Ash. Breaking ball dropped in for a strike on the inner half of the plate. Count evens at 1-1, but you're absolutely right. And it is quite the scheduling maneuver. And I mean, I know they have to fit in every single game in the schedule possible wherever they can, but 2 games in one day at 2 different locations, no less. A little bit tight down the stretch. Ash will look back to first. Now he comes set. Shrugs his shoulders, gives a peek back to first. Now spins and fires back again. In standing this time, McKenzie. He's been getting the uniform dirty over there. Ash has checked on him an abundance of times. McKenzie really taking up some headspace in the Missouri right-hander. Vetko waves the bat above his right shoulder. A 1-1 count, the pitch from Ash. Breaking ball up high. 2-1 the count.
I'll tell you what, the closest thing I've seen to what Hyannis and Falmouth are going to do on Monday, last year, Wareham protested a game against Hyannis. So they came back to play the final 3 innings of a game right around the early afternoon before having to travel out east to play a full game later in the day. So they played 3 innings in Hyannis and then went further east.
2-1. Fastball good for a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count evens to Vetko. And you had mentioned that off the air a couple of times to me. You were just telling me about the story, and that is quite the controversy.
Yeah, but it certainly was, and I actually hadn't seen something like that before. But in terms of the travel, that's the closest I've seen. Never have I seen 2 teams play a game at one ballpark, then another.
2-2 from Ash. Runner takes off, swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw down to second. A hop to the glove of Dunn, not in time. As McKenzie's able to swipe second base, but a swing and a miss from Vetko records the 3rd strikeout for Connor Ash of his afternoon. Now it'll be the number 9 man, Brendan Rivoli.
At bat, number 26 from the University of Virginia.
So Connor Ash racking up back-to-back strikeouts to put 2 outs on the board here in the 2nd inning. Brendan Rivoli, the backstop today for the Bourne Braves, steps in. 135 clip. He's got a runner in scoring position. Ash trying to get Hyannis back to the plate and break the tie. Currently stands at 1-1 on the road. Right-hander set a look to second, now comes home. Fastball swinging and a miss in the dirt. Off the chest guard of McDaniel. Down to third base, scampers Jake McKenzie. He's in standing up without a throw. The count 0-1 as Rivoli not able to hold up. He goes after it in the dirt, well in front of home plate. Ash has spiked a couple of pitches into the dirt, but Rivoli not able to hold up, enticed him too much. The count 0-1 with a runner 90 feet away. Ash's pace has slowed down considerably, really keeping a close eye on McKenzie on his trip around the base paths. 0-1 in the air toward right field. Goodman's got it lined up, comes in a few steps and makes the grab at the chest level. So Ash induces some soft fly ball contact from Brendan Rivoli.
Don't forget to take
records a couple strikeouts to get out of the frame.
Tickets are available at the front.
Bourne strands 1, still tied here from Dorn Park, and a run apiece here on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Hyannis brings 9-1-2 to the dish in the top of the third inning here from Doran Park. Bryce Teodosio, Jordan Westberg, and Ian Fair set to go against Harrison Rodkowski, the starter for Bourne. Worked a 1-2-3 score was second inning, aided by a 4-6-3 double play to end it. Got Jackson Olsen to chop one to second base. The second baseman Morissette and Galecki rolled it up. Teodosio swings and misses through a first pitch heater. Count 0-1. Teodosio seen the average raise up a bit, 204. Up above the Mendoza line, launched his first home run a couple of games ago. It's put 4 RBIs on the stat sheet as well. Cut and miss through an off-speed delivery from Rodkowski away. No balls and 2 strikes. But Bryce has really benefited from playing here at Doran Park. No question about it, specifically defensively. Touched upon it a bit earlier. Last time Hyannis made the trek out here to Bourne. A spectacular diving grab as he fouls one straight back off the netting. Took a base hit off the carpet from Kyler Fetko in that contest. And perhaps even saved a run as there was a runner aboard during that situation. Teodosio's defense, really what stands out about him. He's a fantastic ball player all around as he smacks one foul toward the Hyannis dugout. Got a piece of an off-speed delivery to stay alive on the outer edge of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes, the count holds. But Teodosio, widely regarded, we already touched upon it, if not one of the best defenders in the entire country for the Clemson Tiger Ball Club. 0-2 from Rodkowski. Breaking ball slapped opposite way, falling fast and in for a base hit. Just a few feet to the edge of the right field chalk, scooped up by Fetko, and Teodosio's aboard to start off the third frame for Hyannis with a base hit. Now, Bryce has really found the stroke coming around the last couple of games. Found himself on in his first plate appearance with a base hit. That'll raise the average a couple of points as Jordan Westberg steps in representing the top of the order. Jordan riding a 7-game hit streak entering the contest this evening. 0 for 1, he was a strikeout victim back in his first plate appearance. 1 of 2 that Rodkowski has racked up as the breaking ball's dropped in for a strike 0-1. Westberg, the Mississippi State Bulldog, came on a bit late for Hyannis, but boy, what an impact he has had for Chad Gassman in his lineup. 3 home runs in his first 3 contests in a blue and orange uniform. Rodkowski kicks and fires in a 1. Breaking ball in the dirt. Couldn't entice Westberg to go after it. A ball and a strike the count. Westberg has had an astronomical average throughout the season. It's come down a little bit, although that was very expected. 365 as he currently stands in the box now. 1-1 on the way. Teodosio took off for second. It's a pop fly and a shallow right. Coming on strong, the center fielder Fabian and Fetko. It'll be Fetko to make the grab. Return throw to first, not in time. Teodosio, who lost the helmet, scampers back in time. Looked like Fabian and Fetko had lost it in the sun a little bit, but Westberg ultimately set down. He's 0 for 2. First out of the third inning, and now Ian Fair will step in. So a tough situation for outfielders. It's a bit of a lonely feeling out there when you lose the ball in the sun like that. Fetko able to shield off the light just long enough to make the grab into the webbing of the glove. Now Ian Fair, 1 for 1, had the triple back in the first inning. Came in to score off the Trevor Hauber single. Or rather, a pass ball, with Hauber at the dish. First pitch to Fair. Breaking ball low. Roll the ball, throw down to second high, and Teodosio slides in safely. Now Bryce swipes the second base bag. Ian Fair dealing with a count of 1-0 against Rodkowski. Teodosio lost the helmet again on his path down to second base. Goes to retrieve it about halfway in between first and second. Having a bit of a laugh about it with first base umpire Jason Klum. Not afraid to get the uniform dirty as Teodosio, offensively or defensively. Already laid out for a ball in the alley in left center earlier on in the game. 1-0 to Fair. Chopper over the head of Rodkowski to the second baseman Morissette. Fields fires to first in time to get Fair. Moves Teodosio up 90 feet to third base. So the Clemson Tiger 90 feet away from giving Hyannis the lead right back with Hunter Goodman stepping in. 2 down in the inning. Goodman 0 for 1. Was also a strikeout victim, the second of 2 for Rodkowski in the ballgame to this point. And Goodman has seen the average climb up a bit. 283 to this point during the summer. First pitch, fastball high. Goodman thought about going after it, decided to pull the bat back in time. Rutkowski trying to strand Teodosio 90 feet away. 1-0. Breaking ball high and away. Goodman wise to lay off of it. This Hyannis offense trying to get going again. They put up 2 runs in their last official contest. That was a 4-2 loss against the Orleans Firebirds at McKeon Park. Goodman ready a 2-0 offering. Swings at a fastball and sends it foul back off the netting. Back into foul ground as he steps out and adjusts the batting gloves. Rutkowski's been living away in his start so far today. Really trying to stay away from the power threats of Hyannis. Teodosio's base hit to start off the inning went opposite field. Breaking ball off the outside part of the plate that he took down the line. Goodman swings, broken bat, bloop shot into center, a base hit. That's going to score Teodosio. Another RBI racked up for Hunter Goodman, his 32nd on the season. And he records a base hit here with 2 down in the third to give Hyannis the lead back 2-1.
At bat, number 10 from Arizona State.
Hunter Goodman comes through again. Broken bat, jam shot, took a fastball off the inside part of the bat and just got enough mustard on it to power it into center. Dropping it in front of Judd Fabian and scoring a run from third and Bryce Teodosio. 32 RBIs on the summer for Hunter Goodman as he stands at first with Trevor Hopper into the left-handed batter's box. First pitch from Rutkowski. Fastball steamed in there, good for a strike, 0-1. Trevor also with a base hit on the evening so far. 1 for 1 to this point. Was stranded at first in the first inning as Brooks Carlson flew out to end that frame. Brooks stands on deck, hoping for a chance here in the third inning. Trevor Hopper trying to make sure that the Sanford product can get in a bat here in the third. He's got a 0-1 count against him. Pitch. Fastball popped up left side. That one's sailing out of play over the netting. No balls and 2 strikes as Goodman heads back to the bag at first. Bourne infield playing a bit back with the exception of Beloso holding on the runner. Hopper holding the bat out toward Rutkowski on the mound. He stares down his backstop Rivoli for an 0-2 sign. Gets one, now comes home. Fastball, Hopper spoils it away again off the netting by the Bourne dugout foul. Goodman was off with the pitch with 2 strikes and 2 outs. And Hopper just slapping one foul to stay alive left side. Hopper will be returning to the Arizona State Sun Devil squad for his junior season. This upcoming school year. Made a name for himself here on Cape Cod this summer. 0-2 count, fastball upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Hopper gives himself another spot to stay alive. Hopper really had a breakout season with the Sun Devils in 2019 in his sophomore campaign. Racked up 77 hits and 231 at-bats, good for a .333 average. They got Goodman caught in a rundown as Rutkowski fired over to first. The tag to second is going to be in plenty of time to get Goodman. Rutkowski gave the throw to Beloso, who fired over to Glowenke at second base to get Goodman by a mile. That is how the Hyannis third inning will end. Trevor Hopper stranded at the dish, but Hyannis plates 1. They've got the lead back here on the road at Doran Park. 2-1 the score. With Bourne coming back to the dish on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Bourne back to the dish for action in the bottom of the third inning. They'll send out the top of the order. Cody Morissette, Xavier Warren, and Judd Fabian. 1, 2, and 3 in the order. Bourne finds themselves trailing 2-1 in this ball game. First of two here today at Dorn Park. Part of an evening/night doubleheader. First pitch from Ash. Fastball good for a strike. Connor back for his third inning of work on the mound. He's been very solid. Up just one run on 2 hits and silenced the Bourne bats in the second inning. Gave up just 1 walk, but then retired the side in order with a pair of strikeouts. He's got 3 on his outing. 0-1 pitch to Morissette. Breaking ball just off speed off the outer edge of the plate. Count a ball and a strike. Morissette started off things with a bang for the Braves, however, on offense. Picked up 1 of the 2 hits to this point. It was a double. He came around to score. Jimmy Galenke picking up the RBI, driving in Morissette. 1-1 count from Ash. The pitch. Fastball runs upstairs. 2 balls and a strike to count. Right-hander trying to shut down a Bourne offense that has been not so potent this season, but against Hyannis here, especially at Dorn Park, they put up the numbers in bunches. 2-1 from Ash. Fouled away left side out of play off the screen. The count evens at 2-2 as Morissette takes a stroll around the home plate area and adjusts the gloves. Hyannis infield playing back with nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the third inning just getting underway here from Dorn Park. Ash's 2-2 pitch. Fastball just below the knees. McDaniel trying to give his teammate the frame. Ash a bit frustrated, takes a stroll back atop the rubber. Went around the mound as he got a new baseball. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Ash has already surrendered 1 walk in his outing. The payoff offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Morissette goes down to start off the third inning for Bourne. Ash racks up strikeout number 4. That'll bring up Xavier Warren, who's also 0 for 1.
At bat, number 27 from Central Michigan.
And for Ash, he's really had good command of that fastball so far in his outing tonight. He's picked up a majority of his strikeouts. He induces a lot of contact by keeping that fastball down. The only time he's gotten in trouble this season is when he hasn't had that location. First pitch to the new hitter, Warren. Fastball off the outer edge of the plate. Count 1-0. Warren 0 for 1. In his first plate appearance, popped one up to shallow left center. Jordan Westberg was able to retire him. 1-0 pitch. Fastball. Warren goes after it, sends it deep down the left field line. Hooking. Hopper gives it a look, but it drifts foul. Warren just a bit behind a big heater from Ash that time. Coming off the inside part of the bat, but is able to muscle it well down the left field line, but just out of play. A ball and a strike. The offering from Ash. Here it is. Fastball up and away. 2 balls and a strike to Warren as he steps back out. Came into action at 263, 3 home runs and 18 RBIs. Placed at the top of the Bourne lineup, trying to jumpstart something here in the third inning with 1 gone. Ash gets a sign. Here's a 2-1. Another heater. That's in there for a strike on the outside corner. 2-2 as Warren flips the bat. Not exactly pleased with that call from home plate umpire Mark Delaney. It's been a bit of a tight strike zone so far this afternoon, but it's been consistent. That's the name of the game behind the plate for the boys in blue. 2-2. Breaking ball. Warren sends it in the air to shallow right. Drifting back on the lip of the outfield grass. Lucas Dunn. He'll get there to shade the sun and make the grab for out number 2. And Warren 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts on the ledger. That'll bring up Judd Fabian. It was the first strikeout victim of Connor Ash back in the first inning. So the Missouri right-hander looking for a 1-2-3 frame.
Judd Fabian.
Will be the first one of his outing here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Judd Fabian, no easy bat to set down by any means. 302 hitter, 5 home runs and 12 RBIs as he entered the day. We'll get his second look at Ash taking his cuts from the right side. Connor shaking off a couple of signs, brings the glove in front of his face, winds and fires. Fastball swinging and a miss, strike 1. Ash has really been dominant with that heater down and away. Worked it on both sides of the plate, east and west, to both left and right-handed hitters. It was motion at 0-1. Fastball, that one spiked and bouncing off the brick wall back to McDaniel behind the plate. Bit of a late release on that one, a ball and a strike to the hitter, Fabian. For Ash, will be heading back to the Missouri Tigers ball club Well, the 2020 campaign with his teammate Chad McDaniel, who sits behind the plate. The 1-1. High fastball. Fabian went after it, pops it up behind the home plate area. McDaniel, mask still on, going after it in foul ground. He'll make the grab to end the inning. That's a fine play from Chad McDaniel behind the plate, keeping the mask on the head and making the grab as he gets a fist bump from his pitcher, Connor Ash. Bourne goes 1-2-3 in the frame. A strikeout racked up by Ash and a couple of flyouts end the inning. 1-2-3 goes Bourne. Hyannis back to the plate with a 2-1 advantage on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Trevor Hover back to the plate in the top of the fourth inning here from Dorn Park. Trevor was stranded at the plate after Hunter Goodman was caught stealing to end the third inning for Hyannis. But the Blue and Orange were able to plate one against Rutkowski, and the last time they made a trip to the plate as Hover watched a breaking ball low and in for ball one. Bryce Teodosio started off that inning with a single. And Hunter Goodman picked him up with a bloop jam shot to shallow center to score him. Came around to score the second run of the ballgame for Hyannis. A 2-1 advantage where we stand now. 4 hits on the board. Hopper watches a fastball good for a strike. And the count moves to 1-1. So Trevor, his second official plate appearance. 1-1 comes in. Fastball good for a strike. Picks up the inside part of the plate. Hopper raising the hands out of the way a little bit, shaking the head as he steps out of the box. Now back in, looks down toward Gassman. 1-2. Chopper right side toward Morissette. Comes in to plays it on a couple hops and flips to first underhanded to Beloso in time to get Hopper. So 4-3 put out. That'll bring up Brooks Carlson with one down here in the top of the fourth inning.
At bat, number 14 from Sanford University, Brooks Carlson.
So for Brooks, 0 for 1 on his night so far. Fly out to right field in his first time around. But Brooks hasn't seen himself in the lineup much as of late. Been limited playing time for the Sanford product, going for his senior season in the 2020 campaign as he looks at a fastball up and in from Rutkowski, 1-0 the count. Carlson's made a few pinch hit appearances here and there. The 1-0 pitch comes in and popped up right side out of play. July the 19th with his last appearance in a 15-5 loss back in McKeon Park at the hands of the Cotuit Cavaliers. Did pick up a hit in that contest in 2 plate appearances. Rutkowski kicks and fires. Breaking ball good for a strike. Carlson checked his swing, but nonetheless didn't matter. Called strike at the knee level. Brooks trying to hang tough with 2 strikes against the left-hander Rutkowski. 1-2. Fastball up high. The count draws even. Rutkowski, very quick pace. A 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Carlson goes down. The third strikeout of the ballgame for Rutkowski. First one he's had since the first inning. He fans Brooks Carlson on a fastball high and away as Chad McDaniel will step in.
University of Missouri, Chad McDaniel.
Now Chad, the switch hitter, will take his cuts from the right side for the second time against the starter Rutkowski, the southpaw. Rutgers' product has been marvelous this season. First pitch to Chad, swung on and roped over the glove of Morissette into right field. Chad dumps one into right center as he hits the bag at first and will stop there. Chad's aboard for the second time. First by way of a base hit. He reached on an error from Kane Veloso on a shallow pop fly to first base in his first plate appearance, but now rips a single in the alley to right center as he's aboard at first base with 2 down now for Lucas Dunn. And a big welcome back to Lucas, making his appearance in the lineup today out of number 7 spot in the order for Chad Gassman. Making his return for the final go-around this season after a trip to Team USA. Breaking ball dropped in for a strike from Rakowski, 0-1 the count. And Lucas Dunn getting the honor of donning the red, white, and blue for this summer. Rakowski out of the stretch, looked back to first, now comes home with an 0-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. Knocked down between the legs by Rivoli. Count a ball and a strike with 2 away. Lucas was 6 for his first 24 in a Hyannis uniform, a .250 average. No home runs, 2 RBIs in his first time around with the orange and blue. Southpaw paws now the 1-1. Dunn swings and sets it back into the netting foul. The ball and 2 strikes to Dunn. Showing just how dedicated he is to playing the game of baseball, making his return for the final week of the season here on Cape Cod. It was a short stay for him the first time around. Trying to finish out the summer strong on the elbow of Massachusetts. 1-2 from Rakowski. Breaking ball done, just getting a piece of it to stay alive. Chopping one up in front of the plate as he takes a couple steps out of the box. McDaniel was off with the pitch. On the count of ball and 2 strikes for 2 away. So Lucas trying to keep the train moving here in the 4th inning. Hyannis owners of a 2-1 lead. They put up 5 hits on the starter Rakowski to this point. Rakowski, a guy that can be knocked around a bit. He's given up 29 hits through his first 6 games this summer as Dunn swings and sends one foul, a souvenir out of play off to the right. But Dunn hanging tough with the Rutgers product. Trying to give teammate Jackson Olsen, who stands on deck, another chance. The 1-2 offering in the dirt. Fastball spiked up to the plate. McDaniel taking off for second. Slides in under the tag safely. So McDaniel able to get up to second base in scoring position, just getting under Morissette's tag at second. Brushes some dirt off the right pant leg as Lucas Dunn takes a deep breath outside the box. He's been really hanging tough, putting up a long at bat with the starter Rakowski. Starter will step off and look McDaniel back to the bag. A lengthy battle between the Louisville Cardinal and the Rutgers left-hander on the hill. Deuce is wild here in the 4th inning. Dunn bat resting on his shoulder. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball left side. Third baseman Warren's got it. He's up with it. Fires to first across the diamond in time to get done. A 5-3 putout ends things for Hyannis in their half of the 4th inning. They strand 1 aboard. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left aboard. 2-1 the score. Hyannis out in front here on the road at Doran Park. Bourne back to the dish, trying to change that when we return on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Bottom of the fourth set to get underway from Doran Park in Bourne. With the new Cape League leader in strikeouts, Connor Ash up on the mound for inning number 4 of his afternoon. 4, 5, and 6 coming to the plate for the Braves. Jimmy Glowinski, the Dallas Baptist infielder, set to lead things off from the right side. But Connor Ash, 40 strikeouts on the summer. That now leads every player on Cape Cod. Ready, the first offering. Good for a strike on a fastball. No balls, 1 strike to Glowinski. He's got an RBI single so far today. That was back in the bottom of the first inning. Righty Ash working up on the mound. Hyannis with a 2-1 advantage. Pitch popped up right side. Fair giving chase to his left. He's going to watch it sail toward the dirt out of play. So Connor Ash came into today with 36 punch-outs. Sat at second by himself in the league. Ian Seymour of the Whitey Red Sox had 39. Of course, he was released after an inning limit just about a week ago. As Ash is ready, the next offering, tapped off the knob of the bat, foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Ash will get a new baseball. But Seymour had 39 strikeouts and 25 1/3 innings pitched. That was over the course of 5 starts. Ash, with his 4 punch-outs tonight's made it 40. Taking over Seymour, sitting atop the league in Ks. He's ready the 0-2. Fastball high. Carmen Majinski of Falmouth sits in third with 35 strikeouts. And Mason Black of Brewster sits in 4th place with 34, tied with Sean Sullivan of Catuit. The wind and the 1-2. Fly ball into deep left. Backtracking Hauver, looking up. It's gone. Jimmy Glowinski, home run number 2 and RBI number 14 of the summer. And just like that, the Braves have deadlocked it at 2-2 from Doran Park. Glowinski, handshake from head coach Harvey Shapiro around third, steps on the plate. And the Dallas Baptist product just deposits one into the bullpen over the left field fence.
And Glowinski put a really good swing on that one, not wasting any time. Ash has had good location all day, hasn't made many mistakes, but made one right there, left one out over the plate. Glowinski capitalized.
Now the hitter, Jared Poland, comes up. He'll take a fastball up high. So Ash looking to flush that solo shot from Glowinski. Brand new ball game. 2-2 the score in a 7-inning contest, the first of 2 between these 2 ball clubs. Next pitch to the righty, Poland. Breaking ball. Hits the letters. It's 1-1. Ash kicking some dirt up on the mound. To this point, he's gone just over 3 innings pitched. As he fires home, breaking ball, swing and a miss. That one gets into the dirt. Pulled the strings on the hitter in Poland. He's 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice today. 2-2 the score in the bottom of the 4th. Knotted up after the Glowinski solo shot. Now the wind on the pitch from the righty, Ash. Nubbed foul to the left side over by the on-deck circle. So Glowinski's had a pretty nice day thus far. RBI single, then a home run, responsible for both of the RBIs for the Braves today. The 1-2 from Ash popped up foul over home plate and out of play. So Poland out of Louisville came into today's contest hitting .304. He was 0 for 4 in Bourne's last contest 2 nights ago. They tied the Kettleers 2-2. Now the 1-2. Fastball low. Blocked up by the catcher McDaniel, and the count will even. So just over 3 innings pitched for Ash thus far. Given up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and he struck out 4. Once again, that 4th punch out to Morissette put him for a lead by himself in the Cape. The breaking ball misses just high. Count a run full at 3-2. So Ian Seymour, who more likely than not will not be throwing another pitch in Cape Cod this summer, has been surpassed by the Missouri righty Connor Ash, who's ready with the full count offering. Fastball low, ball 4. Poland reaches base for the first time today. He'll draw the walk to reach board at first. And for Connor Ash, that's the 2nd free pass he's allowed, bringing up the new hitter, Jake McKenzie. So Ash has gotten himself in a little bit of trouble to start the bottom of the 4th. His college teammate and Harbor Hawk teammate, Chad McDaniel, walked out to the mound to have a quick meeting with the right-hander. Now the Missouri product will trot back behind the plate.
Jake McKenzie.
So McKenzie, the hitter out of Fordham. He was the other free pass victim of Connor Ash. Walked, stole a base, and reached third back in the bottom of the second. Pitch, squares to bunt, pulls back as it's a fastball high. So still a pretty warm day here from Bourne. Slight wind blowing out, the American flag in center field, waving just a bit in. The pitch comes in, McKenzie bunts one down the first baseline, gloved by Ash, flips to Ian Fair at first in time. Moving up to second on the play, Jared Poland. So a successful sacrifice bunt dropped down by McKenzie. Makes it 1 on, 1 out for Cade Beloso.
At bat, number 34 from LSU, Cade Beloso.
So Beloso, the hitter, struck out swinging back in the bottom of the second. Left-handed bat from LSU. Beloso, one of 3 natural lefties today. Xavier Warren from Central Michigan, a switch hitter. And he's been hitting from the left side against the righty Ash. Connor working from the stretch. He's going to set right above the belt. Slide steps the first pitch. Squiggled out to the shortstop. Westberg comes in. Gloves, flings across in time. Moving down to third on the play, the runner Poland. There's a runner on third with 2 outs now in the bottom of the fourth for new hitter Kyler Fedko from UConn.
At bat, number 3 from the University of Connecticut.
So Ash, after the home run and the walk allowed to begin the frame, fielded a bunt cleanly off the hitter Jake McKenzie, and then gets some soft contact induced from the lefty Cade Beloso. He's looking to minimize damage and prevent any further runs from scoring. Bourne threatening, go-ahead run standing 90 feet away. The hitter Fedko at the plate from the right side. Pitch from Ash. Breaking ball, dots the outside corner. It's 0-1. The Bourne once again with 5 hits so far today. The most impactful ones have been off the bat of the Dallas Baptist shortstop Jimmy Glewenke. 0-1. Breaking ball right at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-2. Fedko's had an up and down summer. It's been a struggle for him at times. He's just 8 for 56. 2 RBIs as well. Looking to give the Bourne Braves the lead. The pitch comes in, nubbed out in front of the mound. Ash moves to his right, fields cleanly, fires over to first in time. So a check swing ground ball from the hitter Kyler Fedko ends the bottom of the fourth. For Ash and the Harbor Hawks, they give up 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. It's 2-2 through 4 innings of play. We'll be back for the 5th when we return on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Top of the 5th, set to go here from Doran Park and Bourne. Jackson Olsen, the left-handed hitting third baseman from Hartford, digging in against the lefty Rutkowski. The first pitch comes in, called strike at the knees with a breaking ball. 0-1. Rutkowski's thrown 4 innings to this point, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits, as the lefty rocks and fires, fastball low and away. Rutkowski, one of 6 All-Stars for Bourne. That took place back on Sunday at Orleans. Another breaking ball comes in, sweeps into the zone. It's 1-2. Rutkowski got an inning of work out at Eldridge Park. As he's working quickly, the 1-2. Check swing from Olsen. He goes around, strike 3 call. Tag applied by the catcher, Rivoli. There's 1 down. So Rutkowski makes it 4 strikeouts on the afternoon, as there's 1 down for Bryce Teodosio.
A bit of a tough one there for Olsen. He didn't think he went around, shaking the head on his way back to the dugout, and it was close. But just unable to pull the bat back in time.
So Rutkowski is now going to deal with right-handed hitting Bryce Teodosio from Clemson. The Rutgers lefty kicks the leg, comes home. Off speed that misses low. So Rutkowski, once again, one of 6 All-Stars for Bourne. But the Braves didn't have a whole lot of position players. As the pitch comes in, called strike, or rather it was half and half. Jackson Greer, Judd Fabian, Cody Morissette, all Bourne All-Stars. And Mac Lardner, Carl Johnson, and then, of course, Rutkowski, the guys from the mound. 1-1, swing and a miss from Teodosio. Chases after a breaking ball. It's 1-2. Brennan touched on it earlier, but Rutkowski threw a scoreless inning for the West Division back on Sunday at Eldridge. So far here, he's given up, once again, 2 and 4 1/3 to this point. 1-2, popped up into shallow center. Back goes the second baseman. That's Morissette. In comes Fabian, but it's going to be Morissette to drift back and make the catch. 2 quick outs for Rutkowski. That'll bring the lineup back to the top for Jordan Westberg.
At bat, number 31 from Mississippi State.
So Westberg 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to right. Digs in for plate appearance number 3. 2-2 the score from Doran Park. This one, of course, a shortened contest. 7 innings here in Game 1. It'll be 7 innings in Game 2. Those are Cape Cod regulations for a doubleheader. Westberg swings and misses through the first pitch from Rutkowski. For Rutkowski, 4.08 ERA in his school season. Westberg will dig back in from the right side. Pitch from the lefty. Ground ball up the middle. To his right, the second baseman Morissette fields on the backhand, throws to first in time. So the 8-game hitting streak from Jordan Westberg, not to be just yet. He's at 7 as he grounds out to the second baseman Morissette to end the frame. Piece of hard contact. But Morissette just got a friendly hop on the backhand. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Rutkowski retires the Hyannis bats in order. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 2-2 here from Doran Park on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. To the bottom of the 5th we go from Doran Park. It's Hyannis 2, Bourne 2, with the 9-1-2 in the Braves lineup coming to the plate. Connor Ash, the right-hander from Missouri, back on the mound. He's worked 4 strong to this point, 2 earned runs. As he sits on top of the rubber, peers the glove over the face, now rocks and fires. Line drive at the first pitch, up the middle. Teodosio coming in. It takes 2 hops in front of him. Leadoff single on the first pitch from the Virginia Cavalier, Brendan Rivoli. The left-handed bat just takes one right back up the box. It'll flip the lineup back to the top for Cody Morissette.
From Boston College, Cody Morissette.
The Morissette, the hitter, he's 1 for 2. Double and a run scored coming on the Jimmy Glowenke RBI single in the first. Taps the bat a couple times from the left side of the box as the righty Ash will work back to the stretch. First pitch, swing and a foul tip in and out of the glove of the catcher Chad McDaniel. He'll take a second, rises to his feet and walks around the hitter Morissette just to reset for a minute as Connor Ash will get a new baseball. So Ash back on the rubber. This is his 9th appearance of the summer, 4th of the start. He threw 7 scoreless innings out of the bullpen to begin his summer. And he started to get a couple opportunities to start. He's faced the Commodores twice, the Firebirds once when starting a ball game. This is his first time again in a start against the Bourne Braves. Righty back on the rubber, first base side. He checks the runner out of the stretch, the 0-1. Swinging a tip into the glove of McDaniel, 0-2. Last outing was out of relief for Ash. Inning and a third, no runs on 2 hits. Walked 1, struck out 3. That was in the Harbor Hawks' most recent win out at Lowell Park against Catuit. 0-2 with nobody out. Fair holding on the runner at first. Pitch, breaking ball, just misses away. Ash gives a look to home plate umpire Mark Delaney, but he doesn't get the call. Just inches away from strikeout number 5. Morissette stays alive with a 1-2 count. Infield straight up. Olsen even with the bag at third. Ash is ready, the 1-2. Ground ball out to the shortstop Westberg. Comes in, flips to second for 1. Relay from Dunn. Just safe at first, Morissette. So a 6-4 fielder's choice from Jordan Westberg to Lucas Dunn puts 1 out on the board. Trading places with the runner Rivoli will be Cody Morissette. Now it brings up Xavier Warren.
Xavier Warren.
Warren's 0 for 2 today. Couple of pop-ups on the infield. 1 to short, 1 to second. Switch hitting Central Michigan infielder is going to dig in from the left side. 2-2 the score. Connor Ash still working strong here in the 5th. The righty comes home. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Now, in what was Ash's best start of the season, came against the Falmouth Commodores. That was back on July the 15th, 10 days ago. 5 2/3 innings pitched. He gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits as he fires over to first. A pretty hard pickoff move. Tag applied by Fair, but back safely Morissette. Struck out 8 in that contest. That was a career high since entering college play. It was a season high for the summer. And it was higher than any strikeout total in a single game in his season at Missouri. Pitch to Warren, tries to bunt, but pops it to the third base side foul. 0-2 with 1 out. But it's funny for Ash, a guy who struck out so many batters here on Cape Cod. Had the ability to miss bats at Missouri, but it wasn't at an alarming rate. His season high for a strikeout total at Missouri was 6 as he fires home a fastball. That's up high. Once again, his summer high, 8 punch-outs against the Commodores 10 days ago. Ash struck out 63 in 53 2/3 innings at Missouri in 2019. He gets the sign as he takes a breath. Now fires to first, back standing up Morissette. And those 6 strikeouts came May the 10th against the reigning national champion Vanderbilt Commodores. And that was part of what was his best start of the season at Missouri as well. The 1-2, low and away. That'll make the count 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down. 5 innings of shutout ball, or at least didn't give up an earned run. 3 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts, which again was a career high to that point. Tigers lost 5-2 to the Commodores. That was at Vanderbilt on May the 10th. Getting a lead off now, taking off Morissette. Swing from Warren on the pitch. He pops it up into shallow left field. Coming over Dunn in hover. It's going to be Trevor to make the catch. Drops to a knee. Shading toward the infield, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So the infield was shifted over, or at least Westberg had to charge over to second base to try to cover the bag with the runner Morissette taking off. And then once Warren popped it up into shallow left, Westberg started to motion back. Lucas Dunn, the second baseman, tried to sprint over as he thought he might have the best chance at the play. But Hover came in quickly, settled under it after, and then dropped to a knee to make the catch. Now there's 2 away. 1 on. It's the hitter, or it's the runner Morissette with the hitter Judd Fabian at the plate. Ash is offering. Called strike with a breaking ball. Now they've held Fabian in check today. He struck out once, also popped up to the catcher. That went a mile high, but Chad McDaniel read it well to track it down. Connor Ash, 5'11", 191 pounds. Fires over to first. Tag applied by Fair, but back safely Morissette. And he was starting to creep towards second, too. He was thinking about possibly another stolen base. But Ash read it. Give a hard pickoff move over to first. Again, that pickoff attempt he gives is no cheap one. He throws that ball hard back to Fair. Now the pitch to Fabian. Fastball up high. You don't see a lot of B moves from Connor Ash either. And when he picks off, he means it. He's going to give a full effort over there. Ian Fair always having to stay pretty alert. Ash a long pause on the mound. He's going to fire over again. Tag applied. Back safely Morissette.
Yeah, to your point, he really rears back and fires it over there. It's almost like he's throwing kind of a off-speed delivery over to Ian Fair.
So Fair with his glove on the knee now puts it at the chest level. Looking out at Ash, who's going to fire home. Fabian takes an off-speed just away. 2-1 the count. So Connor Ash with 40 strikeouts on the summer. Again, 63 in his school season. What was part of a campaign that featured a 2-2 record, 4.19 ERA. Righty has the infield back. The pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Good off speed from Ash as it fooled the hitter Fabian to level the count. So the Braves offense has put up 2 runs, both courtesy of Jimmy Glowacki. That solo shot from the Dallas Baptist product back in the 4th. It's just the 15th home run of the summer for Bourne. Ash fires over. This one a little bit softer. Morissette goes back standing up. The Braves don't hit too many home runs. They're last in the Cape League in long balls. And they don't play at a very home run friendly ballpark either, to be fair. But they don't have a ton of power in the lineup, with the exception of Judd Fabian. Ash fires over. Hard pickoff move again. And this time Morissette gives a headfirst dive back into the bag. Fabian has 5 home runs on the summer. That's a high for the Bourne Braves. He's into the right side of the box. Ash ready the pitch. Line drive down the left field line. Hover moving to his right. It drops in front of him. Going from first to third with ease, Cody Morissette. He'll cruise into the third base bag. And standing up at first base, Judd Fabian with a 2-out single. So that puts runners on the corners. Fabian just took a fastball up in the zone down the left field line. No play for Hover. And now that's going to bring up the hitter, Jimmy Glowacki, who's been the biggest danger threat in the lineup today. The Glowacki, an RBI single and a home run already. And nobody, maybe outside of Fabian, that Shapiro would rather have at the plate in this situation. Harvey Shapiro, the Bourne Braves manager, stands in the third base coaching box. Glowacki jackknife with a first pitch fastball. But again for Fabian, the 5 home runs. It's tied with a handful of guys on the Cape. To name a couple, Zach DeLoach, Parker Chavers, Casey Schmidt. Ash takes a breath on the mound, checks the runner, fires home. Line drive into right field. Goodman coming over, it drops in front. Fields on a hop for an RBI single. Morissette cruises home from third, going from first to third, Judd Fabian. And it's the 3rd RBI of the day for Jimmy Glowacki. His 15th of the summer. And Bourne takes a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 5th.
Glowacki's just really had Ash's number. Thought he could sneak a fastball by him on the outside part of the plate, but Galenke doing his job, taking what Ash gave him, and looped one into right field in front of Hunter Goodman to score a run, and pushing another one into scoring position.
So Ray Korn, the pitching coach, is going to make his way out to the mound. He's going to have a conversation with the righty Connor Ash. Chad McDaniel out there as well. Righty getting loose in the bullpen for Hyannis down the right field line. It's Patrick Fredrickson from Minnesota starting to get warm. When play resumes, which it soon will with Korn ending the meeting, working his way back to the dugout. Runners on the corners for the hitter Jared Poland. And again, for a Bourne offense that struggled at times, I mean, a team that came into the day ninth in team batting average, ninth in team on base, last in home runs, last in runs scored. They do have a couple of potent bats, and none more than the ones that reside in the middle of the order. Ash ready, the first pitch to Poland, swing and a miss at an off speed. Judd Fabian and Jimmy Gluenke, the 3-4, have really added some quality pop to this lineup. They've combined now for 7 home runs, 27 RBIs on the summer. Ash the stretch, the 0-1. Another breaking ball. Poland checks his swing. Appeal down to first. First base umpire Jason Klump says he doesn't go around. So Poland looking for his first hit today. Reached base once on a walk. 1-1 with 2 away. Pitch. Breaking ball right at the knees for strike 2. 3-2 the score. The Braves currently out-hitting the Harbor Hawks after that RBI single from Gluenke. 6 hits to the 5 of Hyannis. Half of them Gluenke's doing. 1 from Fabian. As Gluenke gets way off the bag, the pitch. Ground ball out to Westberg at short. Moves to his right. He can't make the play coming in. It's off the top of his glove. Fabian scores from third. Aboard safely the runner Jared Poland. And it's a 4-2 lead for the Braves in the bottom of the 5th. So Westberg, a tough play, having to come in on the ball. Also had to move a bit to his right, but he pulled that glove up a little bit too soon as it skipped off the top of the glove. And it stayed on the infield with every runner moving up safely. So aboard at first Poland, moving down to second Gluenke. And Fabian scored from third to make it a 2-run advantage. Chad Gassman's going to come out to the mound. That'll end Connor Ash's afternoon. So he'll exit after 4 2/3 innings pitched. Patrick Fredrickson entering the ballgame. And it's Bourne 4, Hyannis 2 from Doran Park. We'll be back in just a minute when we return on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. We bring you back to Doran Park as we continue the bottom of the 5th inning. With the right-hander Patrick Fredrickson coming into the game, the right-hander from Minnesota, set to face the hitter Jake McKenzie. So Patrick Fredrickson comes in and inheriting runners on first and second. Connor Ash's day done after 4 2/3 innings pitched. His line's still open. So the Gopher will face the Fordham product McKenzie. The righty fires home. Breaking ball on the outside corner, strike one. For Fredrickson, making appearance number 9 of the summer, 7th in relief. As he's got the glove tucked in by his left shoulder. Gets the sign from the catcher, McDaniel, comes set. 6-7 righty ready, the 0-1. Fastball swing and a miss. That heater had some good life to it, especially at the end. It's 0-2 with 2 outs. 4-2 Bourne the score. They're threatening still here in the 5th. They have 2 on with Jimmy Glowinski off of second. Poland to lead at first with no hold. Fredrickson, the 0-2. Fastball up high and away. Fredrickson has a 1-2 record this summer. ERA of 9.31 and 19 1/3 innings pitched. Walked 14, struck out 20. Was the 2018 Big Ten Pitcher of the Year as a freshman. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Fredrickson sees one batter and fans him to end the bottom of the 5th. So Ash's line closed after 4 2/3 innings. And through 5 innings of play, it's Bourne 4, Hyannis 2. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on. We'll go to the top of the 6th when we come back. It's Bourne 4, Hyannis 2 on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Top of the 6th upcoming from Doran Park in Bourne. It's 4-2 Braves here as we stand with 2-3-4 coming to the plate for Hyannis. And with that, Harvey Shapiro, the Braves manager, puts a new arm up on the mound. It's the designated hitter Jared Poland entering the game as a pitcher now. Right-hander from Louisville, set to face fair. As he works from the windup, rocks and deals the first pitch, fouled straight back. So for the righty Jared Poland, a two-way player, making appearance number 6 on the summer. They've all been out of relief. He's 2-1 with a 5.40 ERA. Fair, the hitter's 1 for 2 today. Triple and a run scored. That next offering, breaking ball. This is just inside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Poland's flashed a fastball breaking ball thus far. Thrown just 6 2/3 innings entering today's outing. Now the pitch to fair. Swing and a miss. Count moves to 1-2. So for Harrison Rutkowski, all-star left-handed pitcher for the Braves, his night ends after 5 innings. And a good start from him, too. 2 runs on 5 hits. The righty Poland fires home, swinging a tap into the glove, strike 3. Fair strikes out. It's the first punch out of the afternoon for the righty Poland. There's 1 away for Hunter Goodman. So that's strikeout number 12 of the summer for Poland. 1 of today. And Goodman's the hitter from the right side. The Rakowski, the 2 runs on 5 hits, didn't walk anybody, struck out 4. Now the pitch from Poland. Fastball, that misses down low. Goodman, 1 for 2 today, RBI single. Now the 1-0 comes in from Poland, popped up right side. This is going to get out of play. With that RBI single, it was the 32nd of the summer for Hunter Goodman. Cape League leader in runs batted in. So today for Hyannis has featured the Cape League leader in RBIs and the Cape League leader in strikeouts. The pitch to Goodman is flied into straightaway center field, medium depth. Coming in, Judd Fabian, left-handed throwing outfielder, makes the catch above the face level. There's 2 down. Easy play for Fabian, moving just a bit in, a little bit to his left. And with 2 down, nobody on, it'll bring up Trevor Hauver.
At bat, number 10, Arizona State, Trevor Hauver.
So Hauver the hitter. He's 1 for 2. Single in the first, then grounded out to second base in the 4th. Bends his knees from the left side of the box. Poland's going to fire home. Fastball low. And if you want to add on to the league leader totals, today's game also features Cape League leader in walks for Hyannis. It's Trevor Hauver at the plate with 26 of them. 1-0. Popped up, out of play behind the plate. So for Hyannis, a team looking to move its way out of the cellar in the West Division. 7-26-1 entering today's play. There's no doubt they have some talent. And they've taken the league by storm in some categories. 1-1. Hauver gives a weak wave and a miss through and off speed. It's 1-2. So Hauver with 26 walks. A couple of Chatham players sit a few behind him. Jamal O'Gwin, Caden Polkovich. As the 1-2 comes in. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Second strikeout in the inning and second of the afternoon for the righty Jared Poland. That sets the Harbor Hawks lineup down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. It's the Harbor Hawks 2, the Braves 4. We're through 5.5 from Doran Park. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th when we return on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Cade Beloso coming to the plate for the Bourne Braves to kick off the bottom of the 6th frame from Doran Park in Bourne. Patrick Fredrickson's back on the mound for Hyannis. He threw a third of an inning in relief to come in for Connor Ash. That ended the bottom of the 5th. As the righty's ready to face the left-handed hitting Beloso, fires home a fastball, called strike right down Broadway. So Fredrickson struck out Jake McKenzie to end the bottom of the 5th. That was swinging. Cade Beloso today struck out once, also grounded out. He swings and misses through a fastball at the top of the zone. For Fredrickson, the Minnesota right-hander. Fastball, curveball guy, also mix in a changeup. He now rocks and delivers the 0-2. Popped up on the infield left side. Backing up Olsen, he's got a play on it. And he makes the catch above the head for the first out. He shaded back toward the outfield grass. Didn't quite get there. Made the play no problem. 1 gone. Kyler Fedko will come to the plate. Fredrickson's looked pretty good out of relief so far.
University of Connecticut, Kyler Fedko.
It's been up and down for Fredrickson at times. actually only been one appearance this summer where he's gone scoreless. He works from the first base side, delivers the first offering, good for a strike. That scoreless outing came in 4 innings against Orleans, part of a 2-0 win back on July the 11th. Fredrickson really dazzled in that outing. 0-1, breaking ball, right at the bottom of the zone, strike 2. Fedco just watched it drop at the knees. It's 0-2 with 1 out. Bourne leading 4-2 here from Doran Park. Fredrickson struck out 5, walked 1 in that scoreless 4 innings against the Firebirds. Now the 0-2, swinging a weak wave, but gets a piece of it, popping it foul out of play. And that was one of the better Hyannis wins all summer. The only time that the pitching duo has gone scoreless through the entire game, so only shutout the staff's thrown this season. Now the 0-2 from Fredrickson. Ground ball right side, fair to his right, fields it on a couple hops, flips to Fredrickson covering the bag in time. So 2 down on the 3-1 put out. Sitting down the hitter Kyler Fedco goes 0 for 3 today. That'll bring up Brendan Rivoli. So Rivoli, left-handed hitting bat from Virginia. Outfielder by trade, but doing the catching today. First time seeing Fredrickson. And again, Fredrickson threw 4 scoreless in that game against Orleans after Cole Pletka threw 4 scoreless. First offering, fastball low. And that was easily his best outing. Season high in strikeouts. Season low in hits allowed. Season low in runs allowed. Season high in innings pitched. And that game was tied at 0-0 going into the top of the 9th. As the 1-0 comes in. Fastball inside. It brushes the hitter Rivoli off the plate. 2-0. Top of the 9th came around. Game was deadlocked at 0. Hunter Goodman absolutely unloaded. 2-run home run out to left center gave Hyannis the 2-0 lead. The fastball from Fredrickson misses down. And that eventually ended up being the final score as well. Trevor DeLake came into the game to pick up a save. That's his only one of the summer. Now Fredrickson ready, kicks the leg, fires home the 3-0. Fastball just high, and he walks the hitter Rivoli. Takes a minute to get out of the box, but now flips the bat toward the dugout, runs down to first base. 1 on with 2 outs. It'll bring up Cody Morissette. So first walk issued today by Fredrickson.
Cody Morissette.
Morissette will dig into the left side. But again, Goodman, that 2-run bomb back on July the 11th against Orleans. That was his 5th of the summer. And it was the difference maker in the ballgame. As Fredrickson works from the stretch the first pitch. Fastball for a called strike. He let Orleans know it too. And he walked down the line a decent way. And gave a healthy bat flip too. That was a pretty big home run that he hit as well. Big moment. And big on the distance for sure. Fredrickson fires over to first. Back safely standing up the runner Rivoli. And then Goodman came back a couple nights ago, the last time that Hyannis played a full baseball game, where they lost to the Orleans Firebirds. Goodman hit another home run against Kelly Nicholson's squad. 0-1 from Fredrickson. Breaking ball drops in low. No swing from the hitter Morissette. It's 1-1. So Goodman's last 2 home runs have come against Orleans. Well, he hit an additional 7 in Eldridge Park, but that was during the home run derby. 1-1. 4-2 Bourne the score. As Fredrickson gets the sign, delivers. Fly ball into deep right center field. Teodosio backtracking. Now eases off the throttle, settles under it, and makes the catch in the gap. So that ends the bottom of the 6th inning. Fredrickson faces 1 over the minimum. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on. It's Bourne 4, Hyannis 2 on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. We'll go to the 7th after this.
Come home to the kid. At bat, number
To the
1,
seventh we go from Doran Park. And the final inning of play between these two ball clubs in game 1 of a double dip from Doran Park on this Thursday evening. 4-2 Bourne the score. The right-hander Kieran Shaw comes into the game for the Bourne Braves as he's set to face pinch hitter Jared DeSantolo. To the left-handed hitting FAU Owl will replace Brooks Carlson, who ends his day 0 for 2. DeSantolo, one of the 3 Hyannis All-Stars, left-handed hitting bat digging in from the left side against the righty Shaw. He'll get the sign, delivers the first pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. So Kieran Shaw, the right-hander out of Harvard, making appearance number 13 of the summer. Boy, has he been good. He gets another sign. He'll come home, swing and a miss from DeSantolo. Gives a big hack, comes up empty. 0-2. For Shaw this season, 11 2/3 innings pitched in those 12 appearances. He's got a 1.54 ERA, 3 saves, has only walked 2 while striking out 14. Now the 0-2. Spoiled away foul to the left side off the screen. So DeSantolo comes into this at bat hitting .311. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs on the summer. And once again, these two teams playing a doubleheader, both 7 innings. And Hyannis trailing here 4-2 in the top of the 7th. Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Rising to his feet, completing the strikeout, Brendan Rivoli as he throws down to first on an inside throw to the first baseman Beloso. And there's one retired as Kieran Shaw strikes out the leadoff man DeSantolo.
At bat, number 38.
So that'll bring up Chad McDaniel. He'll flip back to the left side of the plate against the righty Kieran Shaw. Switch hitter for the Harbor Hawks. Reached base twice today, once on an E3, the other on a single. Shaw, the right-hander, ready. First pitch, fastball low. So DeSantolo comes into the ball game, but Kieran Shaw gets the better end of him. Strikes out the leadoff man to begin the 7th. McDaniel, knee slightly bent in the left side of the box. Pitch, popped up foul left side. This will get out of play and find the crowd. And that was strikeout number 15 of the summer for the Harvard righty as well. Stands at 6 feet, 205 pounds. He flicks the glove out. Now comes set, delivers home to McDaniel, breaking ball, cut and a miss. 2 strikes now on the Missouri Tiger. Starting catcher in game 1, it will likely be either Adam Hackenberg or Hunter Goodman behind the dish in game 2. Infield back. Shaw ready. Now the 1-2 comes in. On the outside corner, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for the Harvard righty to begin the top of the 7th. And Lucas Dunn will strut to the plate as the final hope in game 1 for Hyannis.
Number 15 for the University of Louisville, Lucas Dunn.
So Kieran Shaw not messing around. Had some pinpoint command early on. Struck out 2, 1 swinging, 1 looking. And Dunn, the right-handed hitting bat from Louisville. Final hope is today, he's 0 for 2 thus far. Now the windup in the offering. Breaking ball, this is low. So Shaw, the third arm into the game today. Rutkowski went 5, Jared Poland went 1. Now Shaw looking to close it out. 1-0, swinging a line drive foul back to the netting. Dunn steps out of the box, takes a practice swing or 2. Now he works his way back in, taps the plate a couple times. Righty-righty matchup. It's 4-2 Bourne the score. The windup and the pitch. Misses down low with a breaking ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Dunn just wrapped up his summer with Team USA. Got to play in some pretty cool places as well. Cuba, Japan, just to name a couple. Now the 2-1 comes in from the righty Shaw. It misses upstairs. Busts the tower a little bit on Dunn. 3-1. So Hyannis has not drawn a lot of walks today. In fact, they haven't drawn any. 3-1 the count. Bourne pitchers have been throwing strikes. Now the pitch. Fly ball lofted down the right field line, chasing over Fedko, still going, and he's going to watch it sail out of play. So Dunn just gets one off the handle of the bat, fights it off down the right field line, and it finds the dirt just beyond the confines of Doran Park. He'll work his way back to the box, now with a full count, 2 away. So Hyannis down to their final strike. The Bourne bullpen all leaning up on the left field fence, clapping their hands in hope of that final strike. Now the pitch from Shaw. Popped foul right side. This gets out of play. So Dunn putting together a lengthy AB, trying to refuse to be the last out. Bourne looking for win number 14. Hyannis leads the series 3-1. But that's in jeopardy right now. 3-2 from Shaw. Foul back off the screen, and this time Dunn keeps himself alive again.
Now Lucas putting up a really, really lengthy at bat here, doing a nice job fouling off each and every pitch that Shaw gives him, trying to work east and west. And Dunn just not giving up.
So 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming to Dunn. Nobody on, 4-2 Bourne the score. Full count pitch. Popped foul, right side. This is going to get over the dugout, and he's going to stay alive. So Dunn came into this game hitting .250 for Hyannis. 6 for 24 before he departed for Team USA and got on a plane and hopped down to Cary, North Carolina. Shaw, the Harvard righty, gets the sign from the catcher. 3-2, down low, ball 4. Dunn draws a 9-pitch walk, the first base on balls for Hyannis today. They'll trot down to first base, and now the tying run coming to the plate in the form of Jackson Olsen. And for Kieran Shaw, a rarity to say the least. That's just the 3rd walk he's allowed all summer in 12 different appearances, now this being his 13th. So Shaw struck out the first 2. You got DeSantillo swinging. You got Chad McDaniel looking. And then he loses Lucas Dunn on the 2-out walk. Olsen the hitter. He stands from the left side, wiggling the bat above his left shoulder. Stretching the pitch. Ground ball up the middle to his right. Morissette can't get there. Into center field. Dunn around second. He's thinking 3. He's going to stand up without a throw. 2-out base knock for Jackson Olsen. First hit of the day. Puts the tying run on board for Hyannis. And now Bryce Teodosio, who represents the go-ahead run, was stepping to the plate. And now it looks like they're going to opt to go get a pinch hitter. Teodosio was walking to the box. He's now going to retreat. And Chad Gassman's going to opt to bring in Rigsby Mosley, Troy outfielder, to hit from the left side against the righty Kieran Shaw. So Bryce, another start, another hit. He goes 1 for 2 today. Single, stolen base, and a run scored. Also grounded out, or popped out to second base. And Rigsby Mosley digging in.
Pinch hitting for the Harbor Hawks, number 12 from Troy University.
So Mosley taking a couple practice swings, putting on that elbow guard on the front elbow, just outside the left side of the box. So Mosley set to face the righty Kieran Shaw. He's worked himself into some trouble. Shaw, once again, a 1.54 ERA. He's given up just 2 earned runs the entire summer, and none since July the 7th. He works from the stretch, glove above the belt, comes home. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. So Rigsby Mosley looking to keep a 7th inning rally alive for Hyannis. Lucas Dunn was down to his final strike. Worked a 9-pitch walk. Jackson Olsen singled up the middle. And now Rigsby Mosley represents the go-ahead run. The 0-1 from Shaw. Foul to the left side. That'll get out of play onto the mini hill that resides just out of Doran Park. So Rigsby Mosley hitting .313 on the road this summer. 2 extra base hits, a double and a triple. Dangling the right arm down, the righty Kieran Shaw. Mosley down to his final strike as it's 0-2. Pitch. Line foul back. Mosley protecting with 2. He stays alive. Jordan Westberg in the top of the lineup, sitting on deck if we get there. 4-2 the score. Hyannis in their 35th game of the summer, much the same as the Bourne Braves. This is the 5th of 6 matchups between the two. The second one set to take play about 45 minutes after this one ends. 0-2, breaking ball inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Troy outfielder Mosley. So Gassman opted to go with a matchup. Right-handed hitting Bryce Teodosio comes out. Left-handed hitting Rigsby Mosley comes in. Dunn the runner at third. Olson the runner at first. Olson being held on by Beloso. Rest of the infield back. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tag applied by Rivoli, and that does it. Bourne picks up the 4-2 win. And they pick up win number 14 of the summer, moving to 14-20-1. And they're now 2-3 against Hyannis in 2019.
Game 2 will begin in approximately 45 minutes.
So Hyannis fought well to the end. They made it interesting in the top of the 7th, but just not quite to be.
Yeah, and I think you could probably chalk that one up to just lack of timely hitting, like we just saw right there with a couple runners aboard in the clutch situation. Gassman opts to turn from Teodosio to Rigsby Mosley, unable to come up with a hit to extend the ball game. But overall, it was a well-played game by both sides. It just wasn't much offense to speak of, and we had talked about some of the offensive outbursts that Hyannis has put up this season. Today, not one of them. And Bourne picks up another home win here in Game 1. But good news for Hyannis, another shot coming around with Tommy McCollum on the mound in Game 2. So we'll see what Hyannis has in store for us a bit later on.
Well, Hyannis and Bourne going to get a quick rest and be right back at it pretty shortly. 4-2 the final score here from Doran Park in Game 1. Again, both these games set to go 7 innings in this doubleheader. The Braves get the edge 4-2 in the first one. We'll have to see what the second has in store, and if Hyannis can bounce back a little bit in the latter half of this double dip. Final lines for each team. For Hyannis, 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Bourne records 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Again, 4-2 the final score. Harrison Rutkowski will pick up the win, with Connor Ash suffering the loss, and the righty Kieran Shaw picking up his 4th save of the summer. 4-2 the final in Game 1, but stick around. We'll be back in about 45 minutes for the start of Game 2 between these two squads. 4-2 the final one more time, as Bourne moves to 14-20-1 on the season. Hyannis drops to 7-27-1. Lyle Goldstein, Brennan Howe, we thank you so much for joining us in Game 1, and we'll be back for Game 2 right after this on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.